So you're a guy and you want to be a dental assistant. Well, you found the right video to kind of get an in-depth review of it. Okay. So I had to practice. Jesus, I'm sorry. I had to practice in general dentistry before I could go to ortho. You don't have to, it's just I did. You also don't have to go to school for assisting. I just did because I wanted higher pay. Not that it gives you any higher pay, by the way, because it doesn't. It also depends on the state for that, too. So, it's rough. I'll say this. Assisting is good for you. And this is generalized for men or women. It's good for you if you don't know if you like the dental industry. Or if you don't know if you want to have a very steady career in it yet. So if you're kind of just experimenting, it's good for that. Now, ladies, I think personally, I wouldn't say it's a great career, but, you could handle it if you were 18 and you're just doing it until you're 42. Yeah, it makes sense. You see it all the time. The dudes, however, listen, brothers, listen. 25. I'm an assistant right now. Been in it for 2.5 years. Pros and cons here. Pros, you don't see many of them at all. Like, you could go to 4 different offices, and I guarantee you there's, especially a straight man, I, like myself, guarantee you are not going to find an assistant that is a straight man. Guaranteed. You might find a gay one. No, nothing wrong with that. Just, that's how it is. You might. I've found one before. First one. But a 99% of them are women of all ages. So, the cons. We'll start off with that. Cons. You'll be working with a bunch of females. And there's a lot of drama. It's hard to talk about a lot of stuff because, as a dude, you're probably into cars, you're probably into watches, you're probably into the normal dude stuff. You're not into nails and hair and all this stuff unless you're gay. I don't hear any straight men talking about nails or anything like that. I do sometimes if I'm joking around because that's how I just get along with them. I just joke around, right? I'm like, oh yeah, my nails are better than yours type of thing, right? Like, you say stupid shit. A lot of the patients, I can't necessarily say like they expect it to be a woman, but a majority of the time they do. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, if you were to never see this video, ask yourself this. If you've never been to a dental office, or maybe you have you ever seen a male assistant? Or what? Because, I could get to the hygienist too. Hygienist is a little bit more common, but still not really. It's a women-driven path. Good for you women, by the way. No hate. Just, if you're watching this video again and you're a male that's wanting to be an assistant, maybe get some ground under your belt for dental school or something, or just to experience the dental industry to the fullest, because assistants do everything. Sometimes it's rough. You get picked on a lot because you're the only male there. Now, granted, let's just say this. If there's a male doctor, you were the best thing that's ever happened to him. I will say that proudly, because it's hard for a male doctor to relate to any of the female assistants, because guess what? They're female assistants. But you know what? Like, I experienced in my first ortho job. was the first actual job I ever worked for, and it was male. Me and him became best buddies, golfing every weekend. It was awesome. Super cool. We became friends. So that's a pro, I guess. If there's male doctors, they're going to love you because you're the only male out of all that estrogen. And that's just simply it. Doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, but they do love it when you're straight because then they can be like, hey, bro, like, what's up? Dab you up and do all this stuff. Like, it's 100% real. Not kidding. Okay? I think that, like I was mentioning before, like, women, you could do it from, like, when you're 18 to, for the rest of your life. I think men, on the other hand, assisting, it's not really meant to be a lifelong career. Maybe, like, granted, if you're 18, it's a different story. It could be, like, a 6-year thing for you. But if you're starting in your, like, early 20s, mid-20s, it's probably, like, a 2 or 3 year max. I think, and this is just me, most people who are going to a dental office, doesn't matter what specialty or if it's just regular, whatever, expect the male to be the doctor. And I get that all the time. I'm not kidding. As cool as it is, it's actually really disheartening because you're like, shit, I'm not a doctor. I'm an assistant getting shit pay. But you gotta act like you know shit. But not to the point where you're a doctor. You're not diagnosing stuff, obviously. Just, I think it's weird as a straight male to be a dental assistant when you're getting older, mid-20s to late 20s to 30s. I just, at that point, I feel like you should have your shit together a little bit more, and it's a little weird. I mean, you have to think about it, especially in orthodontics, you are messing with pediatrics mostly, okay? The only time you ever get, like, an adult is, like, maybe the 5% out of all of them. So it's very weird to be that old and you're just in kids' mouths and you're an assistant. I know most of you might be like, no, you're definitely wrong. No, I definitely feel like that's how my position is because I just contemplated this decision with myself. I was like, well, shit, I'm 25 now. I mean, I feel like I'm doing okay, but like if I was doing this at 30, I'm sorry, I just think it's weird. I don't think that men being in the position of an assistant should be that old and doing assisting stuff. That's just me. I know there's some out there. I know for a fact there's some out there, but the percentage of it is probably slim to none. It's like 0.1%. But listen, there's a whole reason why I'm contemplating the whole dentist thing, even if I'm going to go in debt, because guess what? I could do 14 years of this and be 32 and doing this shit. Maybe. Or I could do 14 years of school. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get in first try with everything. And I come out to be a doctor. And people are like, oh, okay. You have to realize that being a doctor at 30 years old is very young. Most of them are in their 40s, 50s. I don't know. There's so many other things to think about, but let's just say this. If you're a male assistant, or if you're trying to be a male assistant, be it when you're young, not when you're older, because it gets weird. But it's also very different. Most of the girls will like you because you're the only male in there. It's hard to relate, but if you have a male doctor, I guarantee you and him are going to be best buddies. Even if it's a little awkward at first. So I hope you enjoyed. I guess if anybody's hiring in Indiana and you're seeing this video and you need an experienced male assistant right now, hit me up. That's it. That's all I'll say. Goodbye.